holding a bowl or pot of food away from your body. Gradually lower the pot inch by inch and reinforce your dog for not jumping at the food or for moving back away from it. Here, I lower myself to the ground because Chew is so small. However, if your dog is larger or they're excitable, I would be cautious about doing this too soon because they might just jump all over you or all over the food. If at any time Chew moves towards the food, I'm just going to lift the bowl up silently. I don't feel the need to say stop, down, no, or anything like that, and I just say to him through my actions that if you go to help yourself, it actually makes the food go away. Once I've lifted the bowl up because he's moved forward, I pause and wait for him to adjust his behaviour, and when he does, I lower the bowl back down and reinforce him for being calm and waiting patiently. Here, Chew gets frustrated and starts jumping up. I don't panic, and I certainly don't tell him off. I personally consider frustration-related behaviours in training to be down to the information we are presenting to the dog, that the rate of reinforcement is either too low or that we are not being clear enough in what we want the dog to do. So when we see frustration-related behaviours, it's important to adjust our behaviour as trainers to help the animal not be frustrated. I want dogs to succeed as much as possible in my training, and I don't want to ride the extinction burst as a means of getting behaviour if I can help it. So as the food bowl starts to get lower to the ground, it is sensible to position it further away from your dog's nose, because if you put the bowl really close underneath their nose at near floor height, then there's a high chance they're going to find the temptation too great and to try and raid it. So by doing so, we're actually setting them up to fail, which I don't feel is very fair. Just remember that to prevent frustration, we are looking to give the learner a high rate of reinforcement, which is a high rate of success. I actually find it quite difficult in this exercise to give Chew a high rate of reinforcement because after almost every treat I give him, he starts sniffing the floor, which makes it difficult to deliver a very high and speedy rate of reinforcement. Looking back on this video, I now have some ideas in mind as to what I can do differently to try and break this treat sniff cycle. To summarise so far, you're lowering the bowl gradually, inch by inch or even centimetre by centimetre towards the floor and reinforcing your dog for leaving it alone at every stage. If they move towards the bowl, you calmly and quietly lift it up towards the sky. It's sensible to change the position of the bowl, so sometimes it's to your left, sometimes it's to your right, sometimes it's rested on your knee. It's also a good idea to change what type of container you're using or by using your treat pouch, and to change your body position and the room in which you train this exercise. And this is all so your dog can generalise the learning that whenever there is food around that isn't my main meal, that doesn't come from my bowl, I leave it alone and wait for it to be given it to me. Lastly, I would like you to observe how little I am saying to Chew during this exercise. I don't ask him to sit, and I actually don't care what position he's in as long as he leaves the food alone. I actually feel that we can say far too much to our dogs during training and that this can interfere with them reaching the end goal behaviour. Because every time we say something, they are going to have to try and process that information on top of our physical behaviour, and that this can sometimes be overwhelming and result in over-arousal, over-excitement or confusion. I hope you can see how useful this exercise can be, and thank you very much for watching.